Alright, I am recording game 2 of the TIC Draft. This is against Guard. I am accepting his challenge, and here we go. Dust Hammer in 1. Nothing else worth playing out of his hands, no other leveling priorities. I don't have a ton of Dark Forged, but I have 2 Darkstone, a Seer, and here they both are. What great timing. I hope he puts something in front of Duskhammer with 6 toughness. Nickelodeon. Alright, Guard, come on. Come on. He plays Fun Guy with 6 toughness. He has answered my prayers. Thank you, Guard. I just don't boost him. Nice. Taking the early lead, playing solid Dark Forged all the time. Alright, that was short-lived. Still, though, exciting. Not really sure where this hand is going. I could see Ancient Mastodon hitting the board. I could also see Flamestoke Mender hitting the board. Let's see what happens here. Patriarch pumping nothing. Alright. Ancient Mastodon are going to hit the board. I'll live as a 7-3, and I'll take 4 from the Patriarch. Probably going to try to level both Stormweavers out of this hand. We'll see what happens, though. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that shoots down Delver. I'm just playing out with Stormweavers. I know that the middle one should trade with the Patriarch in 2 turns. Ooze will trade with Mastodon in 2 turns. And I'm going to have a 6/6 Delver to deal with on my turn. But we'll deal with that when we have to. Just looking at my hand, I have a couple options. Stormweaver plus Frost Shatter would put away the Delver. I could also play Stormweaver with Bear Power and just put a big threat on the board and make him deal with it. Very interesting. Really curious to see a second play. It's relatively problematic. Okay. So we ping the Delver, Frost Shatter that out, pumping the Stormweaver. Stormweaver heads across the board, trades with the Slime. Let's drop this other Stormweaver in 1, leaving those other lanes open for mobility, which we drew none of. Another Slime with Pump. Pumped Slime is tough to deal with. I'm really lucky I got that first out of the way so easily. And I'm going to get lucky again. I was going to Flame Jet that one out of the way. I'll play out the Bruiser and pump the Stormweaver because we want him to stick around. He'll eat the Mender, and we go to the face. Decent hand again. Stormweaver plus Flamejet can take down something for 8 toughness. Ambusher, even though it's level 1, is good in an open lane. Duskhammer is always a potential threat. Alright. What does this leave behind? This leaves a 7/7 Oozling behind. Alright. So let's swing in. We'll leave the Duskhammer. Now I can force take some damage. So Duskhammer's going to go in 1. And Shaman's going to go in 4. Ready to give that haste action on either side. So the Asir would drop, pumping this Duskhammer to 12/10 on the attack, and it would deal 6 damage. I can't quite take out the Oozling on its own. So, can take out that Delver though. We really want our Duskhammer to live. To my turn. Survey says, pumps the Delver. That hurts. Delver's going to untap me, what, a 9/17? Drew's a 10/18. Wow. Cheese and rice. Alright, let's put some stuff in front of it. 10/18. Alright. So, that made 10/12. And it's gonna should get eaten by that ancient. Got to push some trample damage with Duskhammer, which is good stuff. Symbiote's going to trade with Duskhammer right now. Let's see what else happens. A whole lot of trading going on. Boring hand. Arcworm in 4 and 7/7 Ambusher in 1. 12 to the face. Happy to push damage. Alright. Relatively straightforward hand. Probably going to wind up playing out. Yeah. Alright, so Frost Shatter is going to hurt his Featherfang and pump the Arcworm. Deal some damage to the face. Evoker's going to go in 2. Probably should have played Evoker in 5. But hopefully it won't matter too much. You're going to try to get that worm off the board, because otherwise it's going to move back over to 4. Deal 2 direct, and hit him for 6. Great. Alright, I'm going to use the size of Asir's back end. Force the trade with the Dryad and the Evoker. And we're just going to make another 12/12. It's either going to be both Stormweavers or Shaman and Stormweaver out of this hand. Let's see what he puts down. Do. And he's going to bear power over and eat my Asir. Fungi is going to trade with that ancient. I don't have any pumps. I don't have any tricks. I don't have any way to live through anything. So this Stormweaver is going to trade out with his Hydra, and this Stormweaver is going to go over here for next turn. With my life advantage, having a Stormweaver 3 sitting in a side lane leaves me feeling really good. He could have 2 level 3 cards that are going to put a hurting on me, but this deals 4, and I have the Flamejet in hand for another 12. So, I'd really like to get that slime off the board, but we are going to push damage. I can get it off the board. Okay. 4 there. Burn him out with the first level 1 Flame Jet. Burn him out with the other Flame Jet. Swing in for 16 to the face. And leave guard in a really nasty position. Hand's not very good, but I can afford to play off lane and play lesser creatures like Cragwalker just because they have a good shot at getting through. Uh-oh. Spirit Bloom. Pumping life. So that's going to force a trade. We're going to battle, replace that one with another Stormweaver, and put the mobility guy in 2. He's not a good mobility guy, but he doesn't need to be. Do. Not much to do here. Trade and pump the Stormweaver. Reduce his chance of being able to trade out with it this turn. Frost Shatter makes me really likely to go lethal. And there's the concession by battle. Good game, guard.